you saying only the mouth down south was wet?
What the f?
How dare you spew such indecent words?
I literally did not say that. Hey nerds, geeks, and weebs, Arden Murphy back with some more Danganronpa, and we're jumping right into a trial, baby. Let's do it. Being the last one left, I stepped into the elevator. And the door slid shut. God, there's so few of us now. This time, the clunking was loud enough to hurt my ears, and the dread began to consume me once again. I can't imagine ever getting used to the mental pressure that comes with preparing for an execution. In that dusky darkness, nobody said a word. We just stood there, silent and still. After an immeasurable period of time, the doors opened without warning. A dazzling light penetrated every depth of my eyes. But it wasn't the illuminating light of hope. It was the blinding light of despair. Oh shit, it got bright.
I can't wait! I can't wait!
Ah, I've been waiting for this. I feel like it's been forever since we got together like this. The time for pointless jokes and jabs has passed.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Let's get on with the show! And so, the curtain opened for the 5th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. A deadly class trial. All rise, motherfucker.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, well, I'll leave the rest up to you.
Let's do it, baby.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim. First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
Hiro, she's right fucking there, bro.
But Kyoko's standing right there.
Thank you, Toko. Helpful for once.
No, that's a ghost!
God damn it.
But she has legs and stuff.
Right, if you guys aren't aware of Japanese folklore, ghosts don't have legs. They have little wiggly tail things, if you've ever seen ghosts in anime.
Well, that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
Hiro, your stupidity knows no bounds, man. Like, god damn it.
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Thank you, Byakuya. I can't believe I find myself agreeing with you for once.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right?
Eh?
Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
One of them's dead. One important trait Kyoko has that proves the body doesn't belong to her. Her piercing glare. Well, the gloves, first of all.
I got it! I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm sure of it.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
Yeah.
And would you happen to know the answer?
Oh.
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Man, the rudeness.
Oh, you know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
Correct.
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion.
Nope.
I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
God damn it, Hiro. There's no way that corpse was Kyoko. But if I can't prove why, we're gonna be stuck here and the case won't move forward because Hiro's a fucking idiot. So I don't have any choice but to... Here we go, baby. Let's do it. Tattoo on the right hand, exploded body analysis, fake nails. Those could go anywhere.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. proves she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got
True.
burnt up in the explosion.
Nope.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
No.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
Well, yeah.
Boom, baby.
No, that's wrong. No, there's no way the corpse was wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain. Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails, don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
Bro, you really need to fucking think about what you say before you say it.
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Boom.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
I think we got a pretty good idea.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
Before anything, we have to identify the victim. Everything starts from there. Photo body analysis, tattoo on the right hand. Okay. Probably the tattoo, yeah?
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out.
I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the monokuma file.
Well, if we can't identify the body,
Then there's nothing else we
Fuck.
can do, right?
well, if we
Can't identify the
Boom!
No, that's wrong. There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real?
For real, real.
If you're lying, you'll die a cruel and unusual death.
Shut the fuck up, Toko.
Cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see.
Have you not seen enough?
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was
They're awful goddamn jokey for having their lives threatened like this.
is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog?
Fenrir, baby, if y'all recall.
Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
Oh, God!
Seriously? They really did something that humiliating?
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Everyone's got cabin fever to the point where we're all just a little more stupid than we were starting out.
Oh, really?
If you compare the tattoo to other information we have, the victim's identity should become clear. Mukuro Ikusaba's profile, I believe.
I got it! The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
You baby?
Okay, so...
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
The image that represents Fenrir is... It's a big old wolfie. Hagbadge Gabbit. Wolf! Give me that dub. Give me the fucking... Give me the dub. Waiting for it. There it is. Yes. Give me the F. Give me the F. Get out of the way, E. Fuck you. There we go.
Now I understand.
Awoo.
The representation of Fenrir is A wolf.
Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf beast. He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
We love female giants on this channel.
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
A wolf tattoo. Then that means...
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf, which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro.
What?
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
What? Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a cool-ass trial?
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
Considering Monokuma's still up and fucking walking around, you know.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place.
Interesting. Oh, it does say
After
Ultimate
all,
Soldier,
looking
doesn't
at
it?
her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier.
There it is. I remembered.
If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
Then who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba? She's been gone this whole time, and when she finally turns up, she gets killed.
Ain't that a bitch?
Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us, just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
That's the question, isn't it, Hiro?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
Oh, fuck, he's serious, y'all.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record.
Cheeky bastard.
The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains!
Consider it hammered.
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along!
Nope. There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
Based on what we know, there can only be two suspects. It's me and Kyoko, baby.
I got it! You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
exactly so.
So the only suspects now are me and Kyoko. Damn it, I can't let this stand. Somehow I have to clear my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Duh.
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
God.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at... Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
Wasn't it like 7 or some shit?
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? When she
No,
went
9.
to go get the pickaxe.
9 a.m., I believe. So what time was the body discovered? 9 o'clock.
I got it! The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
Now then, Toko, what time is it? Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot right now. Okay, go get the pickaxe and be back here by 9:01.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
That's where the 7 comes from.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
The murder happened between 10 p.m. and 9 a.m., and I don't have an alibi from 10 p.m. till 7:30 a.m. Okay then, looks like the game has begun. If I can't provide an alibi for that period, then I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during the time I don't have an alibi. To do that, I have to make it clear when the body ended up in the garden. Oh boy, I think we're diving into shit I don't quite remember now. Sprinklers, exploded body analysis, fragments near the dead body. I think sprinklers is probably the best bet here.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night
Fucker.
and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think.
The sprinklers, though.
So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
Yeah.
It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock...
There it is.
No, that's wrong! Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
There it is.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong? How? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet?
What the fuck?
How dare you spew such indecent words?
I literally did not say that.
No, I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean? By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my entire existence?
You're absolutely insane.
Man, you're totally wacko.
Thank you.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, You'd better tell us why!
Land on it. I need to prove that it wasn't the sprinklers that got the body wet. All I have to do is hit Toko with certain evidence, and that should do it. It was a bucket of water because the bitch was on fire. If we look at the body itself, that should make it clear. Oh shit. Gotta remember how to do this.
I admit nothing. No! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. No!
Bam.
That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I'm right about this.
Bam.
I admit nothing. No!
Boom! Final strike.
How can you say it was...
This should prove it.
Boom, baby!
Just remember what the body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers. The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry.
The mouth down south was as dry as Ben Shapiro's wife!
If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
Yup.
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac!
Jesus fucking Christ, Toko.
I'm so sick of her.
Let's just move
God.
on.
I'm sick of you.
The reason only the top half was wet was because
Bucket. Yep. Sploosh.
while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
Which is goofy to me because you would think the collateral damage of a giant bucket of water would have went fucking everywhere, as water tends to do, but sure.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Uh-oh. Kyoko's the only one without an alibi. Which would mean that Mukuro's killer is... No, I refuse to believe it. Kyoko murdered someone? That's...
I'd just like to say one thing.
Oh, here it comes.
If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen.
It's war, baby! Huh?
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone.
I believe you, with every fiber of my being.
This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game and now you decide to blame me?
Bitch, you responsible for the whole thing. Don't even act like you ain't.
Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
Quiet, you.
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything.
Oh, God.
So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial, something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Y'all filling me with hella anxiety right now. I cannot take it.
Huh?
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, But that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
The fucking tarp.
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a
Yep.
certain something to keep it from getting wet.
Knew that shit was gonna come up again. A certain something that the scene was used to cover the body. Could it have been the motherfucking tarp? Isn't this the second trial a fucking tarp has been used? I think so.
I got it! You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean.
Which is weird because you think a tarp over a dead body with a giant fucking knife in it would have a little bit of blood or something, yeah?
This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
The weird detail, right?
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
Oh, now. Making me look real sus. Why would Kyoko say that? Why would she want to make me look like the killer? No, I can't think about that right now. That tarp, if it was used the way Kyoko said, the tarp must have touched the body, right? But the body...
Wait, something's not right.
And what might that be?
I can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer. I have to refute what Kyoko said. Gotta be the blood, baby. Body after analysis. Exploded body analysis. Or before they explode? Something. We'll figure it out.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty. Of course it didn't get dirty.
Yeah, it did. Got real dirty.
What's wrong? Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Oh, yeah, true.
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
Huh? The blood was camouflage?
What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
Uh-huh.
You mean someone else's blood?
Ah, the
Where would
chickens!
they get something like that?
We were missing one.
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office. That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
Did he not use all of them, though?
No, that's not what happened this time.
Fair enough.
The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
They got blood from right there in the garden, right? Which must mean the chickens. There were 5.
I got it! Could it have been chicken blood?
Chicken blood.
What? Chicken blood?
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens. But after the murder, there were only 4.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood?
Looking like, according to fucking Kyoko over here.
Man, that's messed up.
It is messed up, Hiro.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
I can agree with Aoi here.
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body.
Also a weird detail.
But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange.
That indicates a moved body.
Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
I think so.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
This is on fucking backwards.
The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off. But the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body, the coat they'd already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
Shit. Oh, man.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Maybe, but still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Oh no, I headed off to the gym and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Son of a bitch.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
Son of a fucking bitch.
That's not...
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
God damn it.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
That's a word for it. And the suspicion falls back on me again. But why? Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? I don't understand. Nice. Disguised dead body has been added to the truth bullet section. Okay, so that just added in the middle of the fucking trial? Sure.
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
Okay, yeah, let's let a fucking coin flip determine whether we die or not, you dickhead.
Oh!
See? Pretty good idea, right?
No.
No, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
The one we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right? According to the monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back.
You had to have been pretty fucking strong, that's all I'm saying.
So, what about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before.
There it is. I fucking mentioned this before.
That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
Listen, More important, now that we have the knife, what are we gonna do with it? We can't let Toko keep it, that's for sure. We don't know what she might do. I don't want it anyway. So what to do? Why don't you hang on to it, Makoto? Huh? Me?
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then why did you hide that fact?
it's not that I hid it. It's just...
Making me look sus. I couldn't be sure what actually happened last night. I thought maybe I really did kill her.
Suspicious! Very suspicious indeed.
Shut up, Hiro.
The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
Considering everything up till now, I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer. Oh boy. Fragments maybe?
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
Oh, shut up.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
Shut up. Oh my god. We've already established that the coat was put on the body after the tarp was removed, which means when the knife was thrust through the coat into the body.
Well, getting stabbed is what...
No, that's wrong. Wait, hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro. That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her.
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp and then put the bloody coat on it, right?
Yeah.
In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
You wouldn't need to put blood on it if the knife is what did it.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
God damn it. The victim was stabbed twice in the same spot? No, there's no way that's possible. The exact condition of the body was written down for everyone to see. Monokuma file, yeah?
I got it! The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. I totally forgot about that.
Fuck, I almost did.
And the knife
Was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing. The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kind of goes back to the beginning, but
Shoot, girl.
what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use, you'd know the answer.
God damn, Byakuya.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic level spontaneous combustion!
You are high all of the time. This is why you are the way you are.
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
There's only one explanation I can think of for the explosion. Fucking bomb. Fragments, there it is.
I got it! After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right? That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
Maybe in the monokuma y'all disassembled?
That's only natural. Because, of course,
Yep.
we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma. It's part of a bomb.
Oh! Then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that
Oh, man.
is the only other possible suspect, you, Kyoko.
I don't like any of this.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Excellent point.
Fine, I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate.
And we will continue that debate next time, y'all. Give this video a like if you have been entertained. Jump down to the comments, let me know how you are feeling. If you are so inclined, maybe you'll even subscribe for future Danganronpa content. I love y'all, and I will catch you fine folks, in the next one.